Hi, today's video is going to be a little rant. Rant? That's what I seem to be doing in this video. I promise I will make some, and then I don't. But if something happens that really annoy me or piss me off, I actually come here, turn my phone on, start recording and have a rant. So today, it's going to be another rant. Rant for people who think that they can say that I am, how do you say it? I'm not half of anything. I'm a full person. And everything that happens in my life happens full time, 100%. Where am I sort of going with this story is that I talk in my videos, I talk on my Instagram about my infertility. I talk about my depression. I talk about my struggle with weight loss. I talk about everything that is a big issue and something that is about me and my life and what is going on in my life. So when someone tells me, like, you can't really say that you're fighting with that you have fertility problems, that you are infertile because you didn't have a full diagnosis and like you were not told that you will never have children. You can't say that you're depressed because you're not on antidepressant. You can't really say, and then like people give you examples, and I get really annoyed because yes, I'm still in the process of finding out why I am not getting pregnant at the moment. So no, there was no doctor who actually sat and told me in my face, you will never have children. Like, there is no way to fight your infertility. You will never have children. It gets even worse if I post on my Polish account, either Facebook or either Instagram or YouTube, because in Polish they have those two weird words that they use. So there's one like that I don't even know how to like direct translate them to English, but there's one that they use for someone who is definitely like infertile, you'll never have children, and there's one that they use for people who are struggling to get pregnant. So so if I say that in Polish and I say like my infertility, you know, people they just so bitchy, and then like they try to catch on your semantics and say like, you know, you shouldn't say I'm fighting infertility because you don't even like, you can't fight infertility. If infertile, you're infertile. Plus, you don't even know if you can have children or not. That really annoys me because what I do feel sorry for people who are told straight in their face, yes, you will never have children. And I do understand that for you, the word infertility is final and nothing ever is going to happen for you. But for someone who's been trying for a few years and we are still in, like, on this journey and we don't know what's going to happen, we don't know if we will have children or not. For me, it is as bad as like what I put in my head is that like I prefer to think that I can't have children and then have a pleasant surprise when actually we will manage to get pregnant and have a baby, then get my hopes up and then find out in, you know, down the line in the next 3, 6, 12 months that nothing's going to happen, we won't have children. So if someone tell me like, oh, you shouldn't be talking about infertility and blah blah, when there are people that will never have children and stuff, you are just trying to conceive, so you should just say we're trying to conceive. Now, if you know, you can't tell me that you are, you know, in a worse situation than I am. Okay, you are, because I still have hope, but you never know. Me struggling to get pregnant for the last 4 years might be affecting me as bad as you not being able to get pregnant and have children. It might affect me in the same way. It might affect me as hard as that your diagnosis affected you. Because the problem is, I think if you were like, sometimes I even say, I said that to my husband, that like, and my friends, that like, if someone would tell me today that there is nothing we can do for you, you will never get pregnant, I would move on. I will think of other solutions, if it's a surrogate, if it's adoption, fostering, or all that. I will think about that and I'll focus on it. It's like, that's what we're going to do. We can't have our own children. We have to do this or that to have children now. But waiting for another appointment, and another appointment, and another appointment to find out what they can or can't do for us, it's really bad. It's this hanging without knowing. So if someone tells me, oh, you can't really say, you know, infertility and all that, I can, because this is my life and this is what we're facing. So I'm not half, you know, I'm not half trying to conceive. I'm not half fighting infertility. I am fighting it. I'm in the middle of this battle right now. And I don't know yet what's going to happen. I might end up with 3 children. I might end up without children. So please don't tell me that, like, my fight is not as bad as yours. The other one is, I talk openly about the fact that I am depressed, and I've been depressed for quite some time. No, I don't take antidepressants. That was my decision, that was my choice, not to help myself with medication. My decision was to try to help myself doing certain things, not necessarily taking meds. But yes, I am depressed. Yes, I get the days. And it's not, I just feel lazy, or I just have, you know, winter depression or whatever you call it, and I don't want to get up. No, I go to this dark place where there is this dark cloud over my head when I don't feel like getting up. Yes, I've been to the place when I was planning how am I going to end my life, and I think this is the first time when I actually say it aloud and record it, and I'm going to post it online. Yes, I've been, you know, in the place where I sat here and I was 6 months before I got married, and 3 months before I got married, and a month before I got married. Instead of sitting there and planning what flowers I'm going to have, what dress I'm going to wear, and all that, I sat here and I was looking on Google how to transport the body from here to country, to my country, so my mum can have a funeral where, you know, where I'm from. I was looking on, like, how can I kill myself? Yeah, and it was... So just because I dragged myself, and it took so much of hard work, love of my family and my husband, to drag myself out of this hole. So don't tell me that I am not depressed just because I don't take antidepressants. Because I am. And just because I choose not to help myself with medication, and I am trying to help myself in different ways, doesn't mean that I'm not depressed. And it doesn't mean that I will never end up taking medication, because there were a few points in my life when I was like, maybe I'll have to take it. Maybe that's the solution. And I know that other people take it and it helps them. It helps them a lot. I will never say, I will never take antidepressants. And I will never say to people, do not take antidepressants. I think the idea of, you know, that there is a medication that can help you, it's amazing. I just think that I hope that I did hit my rock bottom already and it will never get worse, but I'm thinking, if I was taking them now and something else would happen in my life that really, really it would really, really hit me hard, and I was already on medication that was, like, helping me, what would be the next step? Like, would I have to put myself in, like, mental hospital to get better? So no, I'm not half depressed, just like I'm not half fighting infertility. The other one is that when someone tells me, like, you're not really on a diet, you're not really trying to lose weight, because, like, you still, like, have cheat days and treat days, so you're not really trying. Trust me. If I wasn't trying, I would still be 2.5 stone heavier. I would still be 2 size bigger. Yes, I do have days when I treat myself. I have days when I go out for dinner. I have the nice days when I have takeaway. I have days when I eat chocolate, cake, and all that I want. That's why I left Slimming World, because, well, I disagree with many things, and I keep saying I'm going to record the video about why I quit Slimming World, but I need to get my head together to say things that I want to say there without maybe offending some people that will get really offended. So that's sort of different subject. But I left Slimming World because it wasn't working for me, and even when I was trying 100% on that diet, it wasn't working. So, and I wasn't losing weight. So I could have a week when I was 100% on plan, counting my sins, and I wouldn't lose weight. And then I would go and have a week with 3 takeaways, 2 nights out, and all that, and I would still lose weight. So I was like, no, it's not me trying or not trying. It's just this diet is not for me. Like, for last month or so, I've been saying that I'm following keto diet. And yes, I still had days when I was, I'm going to have this, and I'm going to have carbs, and I'm going to have chocolate, and all that. Yeah, So that's why I always say I'm trying to follow keto diet. I try to do egg fast. I try to do proper counting my calories, macros and everything. But if I have a day when I fail, but it doesn't mean that I am not trying. So if someone tells me, like, you have tried, like, or if you really put your mind into it, like, you should be able to lose either on keto or on Slimming World, like 30, 50 pounds or whatever it is. Yes, if I was a healthy person, I'm 100% sure I would lose so much weight so much quicker. But I think if there's anyone there who's watching it and is struggling with the same health conditions as I am, polycystic ovarian syndrome and underactive thyroid are absolute nightmares when you're trying to lose weight. So if someone tells me, like, oh, you lost quite a bit of weight, but like you could try a bit harder. No, I am trying as hard as I can. Plus, I don't want to push myself too much, because when I was a teenager, I had eating disorder. It's hard to believe looking at someone who is me now, my size, that I was anorexic when I was a teenager. Yeah, it is hard. Like, I wasn't eating, or I was binging and basically making myself sick after that. If it wasn't for the fact that I have underactive thyroid and polycystic ovarian syndrome, I wouldn't be the size that I am. So if you think that losing like 10 pounds in 2 months or 3 months, it's not good enough, try to do it while you're suffering with all these health problems, and then you understand that 10 pounds, it's a lot. So yeah, it's just, I'm recording this video because I just get fed up when people that I know, sometimes it's even more, if it's someone on the internet sending you a message or, making comment, it doesn't really affect me as much as if it's someone that I know. Someone telling like, oh, if you only try a bit harder, or like, oh, you're not really depressed, you're just feeling low. Or, don't talk about, infertility, you haven't been trying for 10 years now. Well, I'm not half trying, I'm not half trying to lose weight, I'm not half trying to conceive, and I am not half depressed. I am all those things. You just stop measuring things the same scale as you measure yourself. If someone is telling you, I'm struggling mentally, I have depression, you ask them how you can help them. You don't tell them, oh, don't worry, you don't have depression, you're just feeling low. If someone is telling you that they're trying to diet, don't tell them, don't have this donut yet. Let them have the bloody donut, and then maybe ask them next day, oh, do you want donut? Or what are you having for lunch today? Or if someone is, I don't know, it's just, let people be. Don't tell people you're not really this or that, because you're measuring them say exactly the same scale as you will measure yourself. Just don't do it, because someone can come to you and say to you like, oh, you lost 50 pounds, try harder, you could lose 60, because that's what I did. That would really, really upset you. Or if someone tells you like, oh, you've been trying for a baby for 3 years, try 17. Fuck it. No, don't say that to people. Let people be. So yeah, here's my yet another rant about how I get annoyed with people and what they say to me. And I'm sure that I'm guilty, or maybe not as much now, because I try to think before I say things to people. It took me a long time to learn that. But I try to think, not to say stuff that could offend people. But if people just make a bit more effort to think before they say things to others, maybe the internet and real life wouldn't be as bitchy as it is. Once again, rant over. Thanks for watching.